Good morning. We are reading Genesis 2. It may be a little choppy. Um, have some things going on the home place, and I may have to stop the video and help deal with that. Um, so if it's a little choppy, it's a little choppy. Let's get into chapter 2 of Genesis. I actually would prefer that we be further than this, but we are where we are. I have not had enough air to do this, so you got to do what you can do, right? I hope that you're having a good day. This is the Passion. Let me try words. This is the Passion Translation. In the Passion Translations, this basically is the scripture, and then all of this down here is explaining. There's a lot more context, for lack of a better way. That's the word that comes to my mind, and it's not the exact word that I'm looking for, to help with understanding. And that's why I chose this, because off camera I can do all of that and also cross-reference in my King James Version and my NASB and all that neato stuff. I'm still looking for a complete Jewish Bible. I've not located one yet. That I've located a small print. I need a large print because, well, old eyes. Anyway, chapter 2. Goodness. Creation details. And so the creation of the heavens and earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had completed creating his masterpiece. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. So God blessed the seventh day and made it sacred, because on it he paused to rest from all his work of creation. Now, me personally, I choose to celebrate Friday going into Saturday as Sabbath. Sunday, some people choose as their Sabbath. This day and age, nobody really observes Sabbath as they really should. That my 2 cents were throwing in there. Rest is just as important as anything else that you do. If our Creator took a break, that's the importance of rest. It's important. Pardon me. This is the account of the heavens and the earth after they were created. At the time, Yahweh God created earth and heaven. There was no at the time Yahweh God created earth and heaven, there was yet no vegetation, grains of the field, or shrubs sprouting forth on earth, for there was no one to cultivate the land. And Yahweh God had not yet sent rain. In those days a mist arose from the soil and watered the whole face of the ground. Yahweh God scooped up a lump of soil, sculpted a man, and blew into his nostrils the breath of life. The man came alive, a living soul. Then Yahweh God planted a lush garden paradise in the east, in the land of delight. And there let me try reading again. And there he placed the man he had formed. Yahweh God made all kinds of beautiful trees to grow there, fruitful trees to satisfy the taste. In the middle of the garden, he planted the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Flowing from the land of delight was a river to water the garden, and from there it divided into 4 branches. If you hear me hesitating, it's because this is the first time I've read this translation, and some of the things are a little different, and my brain's hiccuping going, wait, 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 because, yeah, so bear with me. The first river, overflowing increase, encircles the gold-laden land of Havilah. I'm probably going to butcher these words. I don't mean to. I mean no disrespect. The gold of that land is pure, with many pearls and onyx found there. The second river, gushing, flows through the entire land of Cush. The third river, swift flowing, flows east of Assyria, and the fourth is the river Fruitfulness. What I mean by that is I'm doing my best with the knowledge that I have to pronounce these words correctly. We are working on learning Hebrew. Okay. Yahweh God took the man and placed him in the Garden of Eden to work and to watch over it. And Yahweh God commanded him, "You may eat freely of every fruit in the garden, but you must not eat of the tree that gives the knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat from it, you will most certainly die." King James comes in every so often. It's what I grew up on. I apologize. Creation of Adam and Eve. Let's get through this because, yeah, our time is swiftly passing. Then Yahweh God said, "It is not good for man to be alone." That will come into play later on, even more so. "Therefore, I will fashion a suitable partner to be his help and strength." For Yahweh God had formed from the soil every animal. Have to peek at texts that are coming through. It's all good. For Yahweh God had formed from the soil every animal of the field, all good, yes, and every bird of the air, and brought them before the man to see what he would call them. So whatever the man called the living creature, that was its name. He gave names to all the various cattle, birds, and wild animals. But Adam could not find a fitting companion that corresponded to him. So Yahweh caused Adam to fall into a deep trance, and while he slept, he took a portion from Adam's side and closed its place with flesh. We were always taught that it was a rib. Hear me, hear me, hear me. This says a portion of his side. There's some things that we were taught that weren't really exactly, that they taught us the best that they knew how at the time. And since then, the more you learn, more you know, more you do better, right? Right. So that's what this is doing. It's not contradicting what was said then. No more, do better. No more, do better. I would love to know what the Jewish Bible says about that. I would absolutely love to, and I will. I can see the other thing with that, without having a hard copy in my hands, I can read it on my phone, but I can't come back and read it to you. I got to remember to do that. Okay. And we got way off track. And closed its place with flesh. Then Yahweh God used a portion of Adam's side and skillfully crafted a woman and presented her to him. Then Adam said, "At last, one like me. Her bones were formed from my bones, and her flesh from my flesh. This one shall be called woman, for she was taken from man. For this reason, a man leaves his father and his mother to be unselfishly attached to his wife. They become one. They become one flesh as a new family. The man and his wife felt no shame, unaware that they were both naked.